Do you want to play a Star Wars Blood Mage? Well then the Magus Specialization is the one for you. So the Magus Specialization is from Unlimited Power, the new Mystic Career Sourcebook, and it is a crafter, unexpectedly enough, that also gets some fuel for force powers and force power checks in general, which of course helps with crafting certain things, the poisons, potions, other concoctions, as well as talismans, but also can provide a boost to power to your force checks. Now this comes in the form of a talent called Channel Agony, where you hurt yourself in order to give yourself more power, and there's a few ranks of it. The more ranks you get, the more powerful it is, and a big chunk of the rest of the tree is all about making you deal with the cost of that, of hurting yourself, managing that cost out of self-healing. And really that's the tree in a nutshell. You are a battery for force powers. There's another talent which will give you a big boost to your force checks based off of your knowledge. A particular knowledge skill, the better you are with that, the better you're going to be with force powers. Can't use it that often, but it's a nice little boost. And this one doesn't have the cost to damage you that Channel Agony has, but like I said, that's a big part of the tree. So when you use it, and you're going to use it, otherwise what's the point of the tree, you're also going to want to heal yourself. So that brings us to Healing Trance. Really sort of a Wolverine-style self-regeneration thing. I don't think you have quite as many ranks as the Consular did, so you're not quite as good at the whole self-healing thing, at least in terms of that talent, but you do have other talents which will make you more survivable of the whole Channel Agony Blood Mage thing. Power of Darkness is a talent which allows you to utilize dark side energy in order to increase both your wound and strain threshold. Wound, of course, will help you with Channel Agony, and Strain and Threshold, which will help you with everything else, I guess? Do we have anything where you strain yourself? Unless I'm dumb, there are no talents that allow you to strain yourself in order to do a thing, but it will be a resource, same as it is with anyone else, where you do extra maneuvers and the like, so that will help you with that. Also, helping you with strain management in general. Resolve is a talent we've seen before. You're less likely to take strain under certain circumstances. And we have another talent which is a potentially powerful self-healing of strain, though you can't do it that often. Nice big cost to it, but that can help you in a pinch. It'd be really great to pair this with something else, another tree which gives you extra stuff to do fueled by strain. Maybe a Taru Striker from the Secret Career Force and Destiny core rulebook. Could be some good synergy there. Anyway, we don't get any grit to help with your strain threshold, but we do get a couple ranks of toughen to help you with your wound threshold. Not a ton, but I would say average, solid amount, what you would expect from a typical combat tree. So they're fairly robust. And rounding out your mental toughness aspect of the tree is the fact that we get some help with fear checks. Now, there is another role this tree can do, which I didn't even see at first when I first looked at it, and it's because I keep forgetting that Discipline and Knowledge Lore are now crafting checks. And also, your Force Power checks can help you crafting talismans and potions. So, between all those elements, you can actually be a really powerful crafter, mostly of those things, but in general as well, because we have Transmogrify, which was a talent from the previous tree, Alchemist, which allows you to use your force ability to help you craft anything that's not potions or talismans. So that can be a big help crafting anything. Also helping you craft anything is Channel Agony, because it helps you with your force-powered checks. And that means crafting potions and talismans, and now, once you get that talent, everything. So if you ever run into someone that says they put their blood, sweat, and tears into their work, you can promptly ask them to hold your beer, because you damage yourself to craft a thing. Anything, all things, if you want. Also, we get a talent which normally I would have overlooked is, oh, that's fine, it helps you with knowledge checks in a couple different ways, and it does. It helps you in two different ways. One, in a kind of basic managing the dice pool kind of way. It's very simple, and that stacks with multiple ranks, which is nice. Another way, which does not stack, however, it is so powerful and awesome that you won't care that it doesn't stack, because it's great. Though this is specifically knowledge lore checks, so only helps you with those checks, but mostly you want it for the crafting help. But if I were personally playing this tree, I would want to have a force power to focus on the side. I wouldn't even get another tree. I would just make the most of Channel Agony, both inside and outside combat. Not just crafting, but also whatever power I wanted, whatever power looked good, whatever power would help me help the group in the best way possible. So many powers to fit your playstyle. Battle meditation for buffing, the heal and harm power, various damaging powers, all sorts of powers. I'll probably do a video just focusing on them at some point, but in the meantime, pick a power that looks cool and fits your character, then use Channel Agony to fuel that power, and then use the rest of the tree to fuel your channel Agony with the self-healing and whatnot. And you could have a pretty fun tree who can heal a little bit, decent knowledge focus, mostly lore. Crafter of all things, even a better of a crafter of all things than the alchemist, and a crafter of potions and talismans specifically, which are nice. And you could be pretty tough physically when you're not focusing on the whole channel Agony thing, or at least not focusing on it too much in combat. You can just be pretty tough. So this could be a pretty decent combat tree if you want to push it in that direction, especially if your force power is combat focused. Anyway, when building your Magus, intellect, of course, for crafting and medicine and knowledge. Most of your talents deal with the knowledge lore skill. So intellect is your 4. Will might not be a bad candidate for your 3 because they have at least one talent, maybe just one talent. They have one talent which is fueled by your will. The better your will, the better the talent works. Also, we can double up on coercion. If you want. Brawn is also going to be huge, and the one I like better personally, the one I would go with is definitely a 3 in Brawn. If I can swing a 3 in Will, as well as a 4 in Intellect, 3 in Brawn, 3 in Will, a lot of species can do a 4-3-3 build. If you can manage it, great, but I prefer the 3 in Brawn if I have to make the choice between Brawn and Will, because Blood Mage. I'm not going to play this tree unless I can Blood Mage as much as I humanly can Blood Mage. As much as a Blood Mage can Blood Mage, I will Blood Mage. And the higher the wound threshold, the better. And of course, higher the soak is better because you have to worry less about damage from other sources while you're damaging yourself. 4 intellect, 3 brawn, 3 in will if you can swing it, and that would be a great way to go. Ooh, especially you can give them a melee weapon. Maybe they can hit on the side if they got a 3 brawn. They don't have talents to help with that. But they can enhance themselves. I do know of the enhanced power. They can help with their brawn checks. That would work. That would be good synergy if you take enhance. Especially a 4 intellect, 4 brawn. If you can do a 4-4 build in intellect and brawn with the enhanced power, give yourself a melee weapon. You're not going to have it as a career skill from here, but you could do it. Or a lightsaber based tree, which, oh shit, Sorasu. Sorasu Defender. It's intellect based. This was Sorasu, which is all about protecting yourself. You hurt yourself to fuel yourself, and then you have your lightsaber to protect yourself better than just about any other tree in the game, any other lightsaber form. Anyway, I really have to look at that combination. That could be insane. I should make a bad guy like that. You are so Josh. Anyway, Magus is another pretty solid tree. A crafter with a lot of flexibility based off of your force power. You just fuel force power. So your Magus could be so different compared to someone else's Magus, which is wonderful. So many different routes you can take this character in. You just have to have the vision for it and understand the force powers. And I don't even know the force powers that well. If I understood them better, all the ones in this game, including this one. Ooh, this book has 2 new force powers, doesn't it? So many force powers, so many options, so many ways to take this tree in a fun, interesting way. Plus, I love that idea of just a blood mage, of hurting yourself, causing yourself pain, making the sacrifice to fuel the dark side. And anyway, that is it for today. If you like this video and want to see more, next time we will be talking about the Prophet Specialization.